Roland Gonzales, and he is an owner of a 2001 Dark Highland Green Mustang Bullitt, correct?
That's correct.
Tell me, Roland, how did you get into Bullitt? Was it the movie that you knew first, or the car?
It's actually, I was driving by and I actually seen the car, and that's what drew me to it, because it was such a different color for that year. I mean, you don't really see a Dark Highland Green. I never have. You've seen the blues, the reds, the oranges, all different colors, and I've actually seen it on the parking lot, so I actually pulled in and inquired about it. That's
at the dealership?
Yeah, at the dealership, and that's how I found out about it, and then eventually, after buying the car, that's how I got into the movie and watched the movie.
So you did it backwards.
Yeah, I did it backwards.
Okay,
I mean,
that was me too.
I mean, but the car, it speaks for itself. I mean, it's a great looking car, and that's how I got into it. I mean, you're like, wow, that's a different looking Mustang. It's a sleek looking Mustang, and so that's what drew me to it.
Yeah, it was very unique for sure.
Yeah, it's very unique for that year. They did some style changes, so that's what's great about it. Always has been.
Yeah, definitely. So, is this the only Bullitt that you've had? And if so, how long have you had it?
Yeah, this is only Bullitt that I have owned, and I've owned it since probably 02, 03.
Oh, wow.
So it's been with me for as long as I can remember. It's part of me now.
It's about 15 years.
Yes, it's
That's
part
incredible.
of me.
And how many miles?
I just did 50,353.
That's it.
So it's a very low mile. It used to be my daily driver for a while, but it's actually been retired to basically show
the
car,
Sunday driver.
The Sunday driver, you know, that
no
kind
shame
of
in that. And is it still in factory, or have you tuned it at all?
No, I've tuned it. You know, for the time I've put the heads, the cams. You know, I did everything that a hot rodder would have done to it, and that's. I made it mine.
Right.
It's no longer
put your personal touch on it.
Yeah, it's a personal touch for me, and I enjoy it, and that's what I like most about it.
I have to ask, have you ever been challenged by a Charger or challenged one yourself?
I have on the highway. It was
all right.
It was a weird experience, and it was black. It had me a black Charger.
Of course.
It was.
Do you know if it was an RT?
I don't know. I do not know what it was, but I
can only hope.
I knew it couldn't keep up with the Mustang at that point.
Probably not.
So it may not have been.
When
an RT.
was this? What year?
Oh man, I can't remember when the RTs first came out. The black Chargers, when they first got reintroduced.
Probably, I think it was maybe 2006 or so, maybe a little earlier.
Yeah, possibly.
05 maybe.
I remember seeing it's black, and I started laughing. I was like, okay, well, yeah, you can chase me.
Yeah.
And so I took off, and it was a cool thing to look in the rearview mirror and see it. It was
awesome.
cool. It was a cool thing, you know. It was awesome. It's the little things that you remember. It's like, okay, that's part of the movie, and it was cool.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you can't beat that. I
mean, not at all.
Feeling like Steve McQueen for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
that's the
totally.
Cool thing. That's the cool thing.
It makes the experience of owning that car just completely worth it.
Correct.
Just for that little time.
Just a little bit.
Yep. So recently, about a month or so ago, Ford showed their new 2019 model of the Bullitt. What were your thoughts on that?
Excitement.
Yeah.
Just to get more people aware of what the vehicle is. You know, the Bullitt as a group, and the 01s were, basically 55, I think, 35 of us, 5,500 of us basically, 5,500 of us that have the car. Not very many people know that, and then 08s came, and you expand a little more to our group, and so now we're looking to add more to our group, and that's a thing, and that's the main thing is adding to what you already have and letting the public know, hey, this is what the car is. This is actually a piece of film history.
It really is, yeah.
And I was excited to see it. A lot of people aren't, because they want to keep it low, but I like it. I like Ford's moving with it. I like its 50th anniversary of it. I like getting people just the knowledge of it, so that the
brings in new community.
Yeah, it brings in new community. People don't forget about it, and because it's a great car, and the new Mustang platform is a great platform.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I mean, they went
unlike anything they've built before.
Yeah, they swung for the fences.
Live rear axle for the first time.
Yeah, they call this the Mako cars. It looks like a shark. I mean, this thing is just it's awesome.
Definitely.
It's one of those that definitely needed to be a Bullitt car.
Yes,
because of the shape of it, and and that's exciting. I like that, and I can't wait to see one in person. I'm hoping to see one in person.
Oh yeah, I hope so too.
And I'm excited for the build. I'm excited for everything on it, and it's just cool. It's a cool car.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's going to be the big thing for it, and I can't wait.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, tell me more about the Bullitt community.
Well,
how long have you been a part of that?
I've been a part of it's called IMBOC. It's International Mustang Bullitt Owners Club, I believe what it's called now.
That's the biggest group of
That's the biggest group. That's the
okay.
original. I've been a part of it, I think, since '03. And basically, it's a worldwide. It's free to join. Anybody with a Bullitt can join, or anybody can join. That's a Bullitt head is what they call us.
Okay.
And so it's a community. At first, it was for the car, for the movie, but it morphed into a family. Basically, is what it is. And basically, since our parts are coming hard to find for the 01s and 08s and things like that, it's actually turned into a place where we help each other out. Say, hey, I need a factory exhaust. And I said, well, I got it, man. I'll just ship it to you. We trade. We just give people each other parts for free.
Right.
And it's actually more of a family. Hey, I help you out. They're coming hard to get by. I got a set of brakes. They'll set of brake, calipers now with a special pony on them. They're hard to find. You're looking at almost $2,000 for them. And I say, hey, if I have a set, you can have it. I just need this part. Okay, well, you can have that. And we started to be...
so everyone just scratches each other's back.
Yeah, it comes into a family where, this guy said, hey, I found a wrecked Bullitt. I'm going to buy it. Do anybody need parts? Yeah, hey, man, give me this part. I'll give you some money for it. And everybody's on the lookout for it. We have members in England, Germany, Australia.
So it's overseas?
It's everywhere, wow. Yeah. It's a big community, and that's the main thing. That's what Bullitt means to me now. The movie is great in itself, and that's what drew us to the vehicles. But now it's the community of individuals that bring us everybody together as far as Bullitt heads. And that's the main thing, and that's why I think the Bullitt car is the best car, because of everybody.
Oh yeah,
everybody just loves the vehicle.
It's got a very unique fan base.
Yeah,
and unlike any other Mustang, unlike any other Ford, any other car, really.
Yes, and it
has its own movie, and
and that's the draw for it. And now you have the movie cars, but then you have the individuals that own it, which
everyone has their own story.
They have their own story.
Which is so cool. Yeah.
And they have, my father had a 68, you go on that stories and things like that. My father's been a Ford guy since, the 50s.
And I've come across that a lot already, is that a lot of it starts with Dad.
Yeah,
which I've
Dad.
noticed, which is super cool.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing is my dad did have a pickup with a 390 Ford in it, and that's where it started.
Same motor.
Yeah, the same motor as the Bullitt car, and I didn't know what it was at first, and I just knew I loved the sound of that motor. And then I watched the movie, and I said, well, that kind of recognizable, and then you learn more about the car, and you learn it had a 390. I was like, well, yeah, my father had that. I remember hearing it. He mentioned something about, I remember this chase scene in this movie, and he couldn't remember the movie, but he goes, I wanted my vehicle to sound like that, and that's and that's where things start. That's where everything starts, is the past.